Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real entity in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. And I'm currently just drinking on the last remnants of my water here, breaking the fourth wall. I just finished 3 podcasts in a row, so I'm been drinking water like a crazy person all day. So if I excuse myself, I'm probably going to the bathroom because I've been drinking water all day but it's fine because I have to talk and that's fine. And we're going to do this. But what I do have is my cup mug always available, period, and period. You can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. I mean, a little bit. There are some excuses. I mean, if your country is on fire, under fire, or underwater right now, then there's some excuses. And we are sending all of our thoughts and our prayers to you right now for all the people who are suffering from all the hurricanes, the fires, the wars, all of those things. We are sending you our thoughts and our prayers. And we hope everything gets back to normal as soon as possible and everybody is safe. Um, but once you are safe and everybody is back to normal, celebrate with some cup merch. Period. Cheers.
Yes. And hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I finished my water before we started the podcast, so I'm not drinking anything. But yeah, drink your water, stay hydrated, it's important. And yeah.
Well, hello everybody. It's your favorite Black queer content creator, aka KaMorian, aka Slugging Alien. And yes, I have survived Hurricane Milton. Give all thanks and grace to God. My family is safe. Sending all my love and my prayers to my fellow Floridians here. I know we didn't. I know Hurricane Milton was Helene these past 2 weeks has been a great challenge, but wish you all the best. Hope you guys recover. To all who lost their lives. Sorry to hear that, guys. Just all my prayers to the every person in Florida right now, what we're going through, and hopefully that recovery process is on track and we get back to normal. But I'm so glad to be that I survived and my family's okay. And I'm ready to talk about my favorite show.
Period. I forgot I was muted. I was about to say, um, but we are here to talk about Dancing with the Stars. Week 3, we have 2 episodes to talk about because the vice presidential debate happened, so we had to postpone 2. So we had 2 hard hitting um, episodes to talk about. So we're gonna get right into it because not me moving. Oh, Eduardo moved me. Oh, I was
I had
moved.
something on my screen and I was trying to
It's
move
fine.
it, but then it was right where you were, so I accidentally moved you. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Silencing women, sorry, I'm silencing
Not,
women
you're
today.
not silencing women. Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry. I am
You're
so
good. You're
sorry.
good. You're good. Um, but we are talking Dance with the Stars for the night. Week 3, we had Soul Train night and heavy hair metal band night. So those are the 2 things we're going to talk about. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel here, and so you can get all of your competitive television reality shows that we talk about. We're talking Dancing with the Stars. We're talking Big Brother. We're talking Survivor. We're talking House of Villains. We're talking um, I forgot what else we're talking about, but we're talking all this stuff that's going on here on this channel. So if you're a fan of any of these shows and some new stuff that's coming out later on down the line, hit the subscribe button here and the notification bell so you don't miss a single recording that we drop. And we also have 3 other channels that we are a part of because we are part of the Cup Network. So if you're a fan of drag or drag race, the Cup Pod is where you need to be. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, the Cup ESC is where you need to be. And if you're a fan of WWE wrestling and wrestling in general, the Cup Ringside is where you need to be. We got you covered. So follow us on all of those channels. All of those links will be in the description below, and you can click on that and follow all of our channels. We're trying to grow. We're a growing network, and we appreciate every single one of you for all the support that you give us. So do that. If you need to listen to us on the go, we have our audio podcast links in the description below as well. So listen to us. Click those links so you can listen to us on the go. And if you just want to support us some more and join our Patreon, we have early access to a lot of things across all four channels. And we have exclusive content across all four channels. So you want to check out our Patreon and join that as well. And follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Period. We're ramping up our social media presence coming very very soon. So please 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 follow us on all of our socials. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's talk about it. Soul Train night, heavy metal night, Dance with the Stars. It was a good one, and we're gonna go in the order of how they were on night one. So let's get right into it. Up first, night one was Phaedra and with Val. On night one, they did the quick step, and on night two, they did the Paso Doble. KaMorian, we will start with you on how you felt about Phaedra. You could talk about night one and night two. So
Okay, so with Phaedra with night one, she I think for those who didn't know, actually, so train night was actually pre-taped. So during that day of the president the VP debate, that's when they actually had the pre-tape of Soul Night. So it was kind of like why did the packages not make sense because because it was like night one thing. So even though it was pre-taped, so they technically, Meta Hair Night is week 4 for them. But yes, so she did a quick step to think by Aretha Franklin. I will say first, I loved her outfit with the blonde afro and the pink. She looked gorgeous. I would say she did a very good job. One thing I love about Bridget, she gives it her all, and she has that energy, that performance. But what I think she still needs to work on is a lack of mistakes. I would say it was a good quick step, but there were kind of like some mistakes where she kind of was messing up the footwork a little bit, but overall it was still a good performance. Also, the same thing with the Paso Doble as well. Good energy, good drive, but a lot of issues with the footwork. So I think definitely next week, my goal is to actually really just work on that technique, especially at depending where we are at the competition now. Now that two more people has left now, it's now top 9. So especially I think really getting into the footwork and the details going forward, especially if you want to kind of last more longer in this competition. So definitely. But both nights were good, but I will say the Paso Doble it was my least favorite out of hers, but it was still a good routine. But I'm not gonna lie, when it came to that score, and here's my issue. So if you didn't know, Meta Hair Night, Gene Stone was the guest judge. So, and he gave her a 5 for some apparent reason that I found it crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was racist, in my opinion, that he gave her a 5. Very racist, because in the end of the day, actually, the way he was his judging, he was kind of basing it on how the woman was looking and how like the features and stuff. And apparently, she's a 50-year-old aged woman, and she's not like more skinnier, and it's something about that. So I would clearly that was like mostly like racially involved. So I was not happy about that because I thought it was ridiculous. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's a one-time thing. It's done. Hopefully, we don't ever have to see this man again on this show, especially my show. What I don't do is when I think if you want to bring a guest judge that knows what they're talking about. I don't want someone who is a guest judge just judging based off of random things and not really focusing on what this show is about. It's about dancing, not about who's the prettiest, who do you crush on, who like you're like predatory behavior. I'm sorry. And the day, and the day, it's a dancing show. If you're gonna bring a guest judge, make sure that they know what the heck they're talking about because he didn't have no clue who he was doing. It was just very weird this behavior. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, this is not America's Next Top Model. We don't care the way that you look. I don't care. If you dance well, that's all I care about. And Federer, I think, dance well. That's all I care about. Uh, I will say, whenever Federer makes a mistake, you can really tell on her face that she knows that she made a mistake, and that's a problem because it's okay to make a mistake, especially if us as an audience are not able to tell that you made that mistake. That's also something that happens in theater. If you make a mistake, you have to find a way to make it work, or like make it seem like it wasn't a mistake. Phaedra, whenever she makes a mistake, you can tell that she made a mistake, and that's a problem. So we need to fix that a little bit. Also, I can always tell when she's thinking about the next move that she's gonna do. I kept seeing her look down to her feet and to the stage, which is also a problem. I think she's not really engaging with the audience or with the camera or the judges. So those are like my biggest critiques when it comes to Phaedra, because I see a lot of good potential in Phaedra, and I think she did really well with her quick step and her paso doble. And maybe I'm really protective over her paso doble because of what happened with Jean, but I think her paso doble was really, really good, to the point where I thought it was maybe better than the quick step. Not by a lot, but maybe I'm just super protective because of what happened of it. So maybe I'm a little biased because of that. So I think both were really good. I think she surprised me with her quick step. She just has to really not show whenever she makes a mistake on her face. That's literally like my biggest thing, and once she fixes it, she'll be on her way to a final top five.
Agreed. I think her quick step was probably her best dance. Um, I thought that she did really good, and I agree with you, Eduardo. The face, I have that. I do that. I know it, and I've been called out on it several times when I'm singing and I make a mistake. I show it in my face, or if somebody is singing bad next to me, I make like I can't hold my facial expressions, so I understand where she's coming from. But you definitely have to work on it. You definitely have to not show the audience, because guess what? They don't know you messed up unless you make it look like you messed up. And so I know that I hope Val tries to incorporate that into her life. Let her know that hey, you can't do that. You need to, you know, not show it. But I thought her quick step was good. Her paso wasn't the best. You can see the mistakes that she made. It wasn't her best, but it didn't deserve a 5. I'm gonna say that. It definitely did not deserve a 5. I thought that was very interesting with of Gene Simmons, and we saw how he did the everybody else. Like he was very creepy. He was the cringiest person I've ever seen, and I thought Bruno was cringy, but he is super creepy, like so cringy. And ew, we never need to see that man on TV. And it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It really does. It gives me the heebie-jeebies with him. But I thought that her night one was better. Oh, Rosie Perez was the guest judge for night one. We wanted to give her that. And that's what I'm talking about. She knows how to dance. She knows dance. She might not be a ballroom dancer, but she knows dance and she knows technique. So I can appreciate her as a guest judge, other than Gene Simmons, who don't know nothing about dance. He just plays that music. That means nothing. But I like Phaedra. I still think she's going to be somebody who's going to work hard, and she's going to try hard to get it, even if she doesn't fully get it. She's going to work hard to try to get there. I think what I said the first week stands for me. I think Phaedra is very middle of the road here. She's going to get there, and her fans are going to keep her around for a while. But she's very much maybe right before the semifinals. Maybe five, six, seventh place, something around that area. I could see that for her because people just like her. And I like her. I don't want her to see her off my screen anytime soon. I want to see her continue to grow and continue to show that her work ethic is strong. And I like that for her. So let's give our night one scores. Night one.
My my night one for Phaedra would have been an 8. Okay, it was still good. It was still a couple of mistakes, but it was still a good routine, and she really was in it. So it's an 8 for me.
Yeah, Phaedra's score for me for night one was also an 8.
It was an 8 for me as well. And for night two,
My score for Phaedra for night two would have been a 7 for night two.
Yeah, if I take
oh.
off my bias because of what happened, it is a 7.
um, I want to take off my bias too, but it's hard because I just like Phaedra
Yeah,
so
because my
hard.
bias would be like, give her a 10, give her a 10, do
Give
it now.
give her an 8, give her a 7, but I know better than that. I know better than that. So, and it's a 7 for me. My thing is messing up right now, but it's a 7 for me. Let's move on to Alona. And night one, she did the foxtrot, and night two, she did the jive.
Right. So first, Alana. Let me say night one. Alana. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you, guys. So far, to me, she is the most improved out of everyone so far, as far as like trajectory and getting improved for everything. Like her boss, like for her first ballroom dance ever, some this was like her first time in Hold. Like it was very good. Like she was hitting her lines. The beer were good. It was clean. It was graceful. I was like, wow, Alona, you are turning into a dancer. I know, because me and her and Alan, especially Alan, me, Alan, like me, as my like my little bugging out, like he likes what I'm posting of him. So he always like just always, uh, he always like retweets all this stuff about us. So I'm like a team Alan fan, Alona fan down. So Deb, I'm so proud of her. She improved in a frame. And then I know with the jive, and tell you, I will say, cause when I remember, like when it came to the jive, like she was in the performance, but like as soon as she got into it, it was, and then but unfortunately, she got off time, and then on that, her face showed it too, and instead of kind of like like to still keep it up and happy, like it wore out on her, and it just happened, and unfortunately, I feel bad for her because cause she wanted to do so well. I really like I felt her pain, like seeing her being emotional that she messed up. Like I understand, like it's always like we always have like we mess up, we have like good dance. So I could tell she's feeling that pressure because she wants to be a way, like she wants to be a good dancer, but it just happens. But I'll let you know, Alona, you still did a good job. Despite the mistake, just keep your head up. Guess what? You have another week to prove yourself and get back on track. And I'm just so happy for you that you're still here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why they kept her. Like I knew she was safe, but like kind of putting her in the bottom three, knowing she was already the feeling the way she was. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I felt like they wanted to kind of break her down even more. I don't know. That was kind of weird to me, but you know what? At the end of the day, I think she's still a good dancer. I think she will improve. I do see her making it to the end for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm still living in a world in which she makes it to the end and makes the final. I think the foxtrot was her best dance so far. I think she did an amazing job, and I think we really need to channel what we were doing in the foxtrot in sorry, what we were doing in the foxtrot with every other dance that we do moving forward. Because I think it seems like she's better when it comes to slower dances and like where she can really take her time and really remember what the dance moves are and really like remember to be graceful and like do all of the things to like really have that really good dance. Because with the jive, it felt like the jive was too fast for Alona. It felt like she just couldn't really keep up with the music, and like the dance moves were she was trying to do them at like the correct times, but she was just messing up. And she was just trying so hard, and I really appreciate the fact that she didn't give up and the fact that she just kept trying and trying. But I definitely saw those mistakes were unfortunate because in the jive, if you're not perfect, you can really tell those like mistakes, especially because you are like have to be on time with your partner, and you could tell that she wasn't on time with Alan, which is unfortunate. But with the foxtrot, she was super confident, she was super fun, she was super sexy. I think we really need to have that energy and remember that we have like something really good here. There is something really good here. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter when we make mistakes or anything. There is something good here, and we can work on it. That's what we have to remember at all times. There's something good here. Alana is good at this. She just really needs to focus on it and really find the dances that work for her, and then it will be perfect. But I think she really has something here, and I'm really excited to see it. So hopefully she improves. I'm seeing improvement, so I'm excited.
I couldn't agree more. I think her foxtrot, the slower dances is where she shines. She knows it feels right for her. I think she needs to zero in on the quicker dances, and so she needs to put in as much effort as she does with the foxtrot. I need her to go into athlete mode when it's time to learn like the jive and the quick step, and like I need her to zone in, focus, and be like, okay, I'm going to learn these steps. I'm going to learn the kick, flip, flick the foot, and learn the techniques, and really, really, really get into it because I think she can do it. It's just I don't think she believes that she can do it, and she needs to continue to build up her confidence. And it's still week 3, and we've only had 4 dances. So I am not going to really, really like. We can see the improvement, so I'm not going to get on her like it's not improving. We can see her improving, and that's what I like. I like the journey. Well, that's what I watch for with Dance with the Stars. I like to see the journey. I don't want you to be good the whole time and always good and never bad because it's like, okay, I expect you to be good, and you're good. Got it. I want to see a journey, and she's giving me a journey. So I'm not mad at this. I thought she was her foxtrot was really good. Her drive absolutely needs some work, but I liked it still. Scores.
For my week one, for my fox for her Soul Train night performance for her fox shot, I'm gonna give it a 8, a well deserved 8.
I agree. I'm gonna give her Foxtrot an 8.
I join you in the 8 party.
Ooh.
But what do we think about the jive?
It was still a decent job, but she was out timing and a little bit, so it was a point number deducted, so it was still a good performance. So I still gave her a 7. It was still
Yeah,
a 7 for me.
it just needs a little bit of work. That's truly
Yeah,
what it is.
it was still a 7 for me.
Yeah, I
It's also
gave her a
so.
6. I actually gave her a 6 because I was like, it's just a little too shaky for me. It just
Hmm.
didn't hit right. But we still love Alona. We still
Of
love
Hmm.
her.
course.
Hmm.
Up next is Eric. He performed the Foxtrot on night 1 and the Pasta Doble on night 2.
I definitely say I'm gonna miss Eric so much. What I love about him, like he actually was surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. I will say, Eric, you doubted me wrong. 'Cause I thought you were gonna be the first person eliminated this season. But guess what? You got me wrong. So you know what? Hats off to you, man. You proved me wrong, and you know what? I should have believed in you. Okay, and what I love about him, like we can tell he's not the best overall dancer, but what I love about people is that he's dedicated and that he wants to do so well. He wants to work hard like he's telling Brit like challenge me more, and it's showing. Like I was at his first track I really adore. Like that was actually the most he has danced. Actually, I seen actually like really giving it his all. I really enjoyed it. His Paso Doble, he tried. I mean, fortunately, he tried. It is what it is. He can't. I mean, what it was. So it was kind of like I just wanted more better, right? But end of the day, I mean, you can't really have someone who's not that like physically able to dance more and have everybody else to kind of move more. So you gotta work what you got. So, but I think for what he able to do, he still did a good decent job for me. But I'm just sad to see him go. But he was a good. He definitely surprised in this season a lot. So I'm not sad to see him go. But he was a good addition to this cast for sure, for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to Eric's Foxtrot, I thought I saw improvements. I saw improvements, but I'm gonna say something that doesn't have to do with Eric. It has to do more with Brit. It felt like the choreo was really short, and it felt forgettable for me because I forgot this choreo. I forgot this, and I think that was like a when we're working with already like a person that's already struggling to really move around a little bit. I understand that choreographing can be complicated, but it it still felt a little bit forgettable for me. Uh, but I still saw improvement with Eric. I was a little surprised. I thought he did pretty well with his foxtrot, but when it came to the pasta doublet, it just felt like he just forgot to dance. At some point, he just forgot to dance. He just started like fumbling around trying to remember. And he was trying, and I really appreciate that he was trying. And I would always give you like the time of day when you are trying. That's what I care about most. If you're trying, I will appreciate it a lot. But like he just forgot to dance, which was unfortunate. So yeah, that not much I can say, truly.
Yeah, he did kind of forget it. He did kind of forget it. I was like, ah, no, Eric. I go into these seasons with the older people, and I'm like, oh, I feel so. I want like my heart is with them because I see they're trying so very hard to do this, and it's not easy to do this as somebody who is young and vibrant. It's hard for even for them, but it's even harder when your limbs hurt, you can't move as much, and your knees and your back and all. It's kind of hard, but I thought his foxtrot was really good. It was one of the best things one of his best dances that he did this season, and I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. But yeah, that paso was not it. It just wasn't it. And I was like, I get it. I understood the results. I understood what everything was. I was like, I get it. I get it. He just forgot. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It happens, but he just forgot. And the scores reflected that. So, yeah. Scores.
You're muted, KaMorian.
Oh,
KaMorian,
oh.
So
Okay.
just waving
Oh,
around a six. Just
it was a six. My score for him would have been a six. A six.
yeah, for me it was also a six.
that was the six for me for night one.
Yeah.
And for night two,
My score for night two for his Paso Doble, it was a five. Or sadly, it's a five.
You tried. I appreciate that. It's a five.
Okay, okay.
Work. Work.
you tried, but you forgot. And it is what it is. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But we move on to Steven Nodorosic. And night one, he danced quick step. Night two, he danced the foxtrot. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so for both of these dancers, I was first I say his Quista. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. It was something about them curls, the curly wig he had in his head. Let me tell you, he was having a good old time with that Quista. But I will say I kind of agree with the judges. I think he still needs to work on the timing. It was still timing issues, so it was about that. But when it came to the fast track, it was definitely from his quiz stuff with his frame. So he did a better job in his fast track, which I really loved. But my only thing issue was I wish it was more fast track, because I like it was fast track in the beginning, and then like at one point he was doing his signature, honor palmer move, his little breakdancing move, and then went back into frame. So kind of like I wish it was more or five straight content in it, but it was still a good routine. I think to me his best dance so far. For me, never going for it, but I will say I'm not gonna I did in the beginning for him as like I think at least like top two, but a certain person I'm not gonna lie has been surprising me since day one. It actually kind of surpassed them now. So, but I think Steven is still a finalist for sure. But if he wants to win, I think he needs to kind of push more. Actually, really focus on like the nitty gritty with the technique and really like getting into it, because there's like the certain one person that I feel like that he was kind of ahead as now kind of surpassed him now. So definitely has some work to catch up to kind of really kind of be like, you know what, I'm here. I'm gonna improve. Like I can win this. You know what I mean? But it was still good dances. But I did prefer his spot track even more.
Yeah, he just. I mean, Steven just started off this season already at a super high level, and I just think his improvement has been slower than a lot of other people's, which
Hmm.
is really unfortunate because some people have grown really fast, really quickly, and Steven has been slow to improve. Uh, I think he's still a little bit stiff when it comes to like the musicality and really hitting the moves when he has to hit the moves, because he can hit the moves and he can hit them well. The only issue is that he doesn't hit them at the perfect beat, or he doesn't do it like at the same time that Riley does it, or like there's just some problem with the musicality. And it was more noticeable with the quick step because it's a quick step. You're gonna notice more of those like little details and little mistakes when you're doing like a really quick dance move. But when it comes to like the foxtrot, I did see some improvement. It's getting there, but as I said, I think Steven is just a slow learner when it comes to this, and he's just getting there just a little bit slower than everyone else. And so I just need him to really pick up these dance moves and hit them perfectly, and to really see this improvement. Because if we really are slow on the improvement, people are gonna start saying that there is no improvement when there is. So we have to really like improve faster so that we can really like shock people and really get to that final and win that mirror ball. But I still really appreciate how much fun he's having. That's always gonna be great. I love seeing him. I will always enjoy seeing him. But also get these wigs off his damn head. He looks ridiculous. He looks ridiculous. What is going on? What this I thought the first one was bad. The second one, I was gobsmacked. Oh my god. I get these wigs. What is going on at the top of his head? Get them off. Take them off. Do not. Don't. Damn.
No. Dump them. Don't. Yes. Uh,
Hmm.
no. uh, Oh, I agree with you. And it's so funny because when you were talking about it, I had just went back to look at Steven in his quick step so I could refresh my memory. And I was like, the first thing I said was, "Oh, that wig is awful. That wig is awful. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like him in these wigs. Like, don't do this." Um, it's oh no. Okay. But the dance. His quick step, I thought it was good. I thought his quick step was a good dance. I thought he did what he needed to do for the quick step. It could have been a little quicker for me, but I thought it was fine. And the song itself wasn't a fast song anyway, so can't expect him to go faster than the song. I do agree his timing on some of the things is a little off with Riley. I think um, but that's something they can work on. He's having a good time. His foxtrot, though, his foxtrot to me was so good. I really, really enjoyed his foxtrot. I do want to get mad at Gene again for talking how rudely he was speaking to Steven because, ew, ew, ew. I don't like that, man. Okay. But anyway, I don't think anything was wrong with his foxtrot. I thought his foxtrot was really good. It had good choreo. It had some good parts where I was like, "Oh, that was cute." I enjoyed it. It made me smile, and so for that, I'm here for it. Work, Steven. Scores.
Um, I might get this done for both because the same thing, but it's both the 8 for both his quick step and his foxtrot. So he would have
Ooh.
both got 8s for me for both.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's
For
eights all
both.
around. It's eights all around.
Same. Same. All the way around. Both deserve eights.
Yeah,
Steven 8. I thought Steven did a good job.
Hmm.
absolutely.
Let's talk about Brooks.
Okay, so I mean, cause thing is, I always look at the press release when they actually, cause what ABC does, they always do the press release of the songs and the dance they're gonna do like prior to the live show. So when I found out that she was doing a rumba to sexual healing, I was like, oh my god. Great typecasting. That was some good typecasting you have here for that. And then let's get to the actual dance. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what in the 50 Shades Gray therapy version are we having here? But I will say, when it came to the dance, like she had some beautiful lines, like she had some really good moments. Like she's a good dancer, but to me, I agree with the judges. It was the in betweens, also the dairy. Like, it was a whole 16 count on that whole part right there. Like that kind of like I think you earlier to like 60 counts to get into the dance. So that's the only thing. So it also ended up with the in betweens that it could have been better personally. And then we came to the chop chop. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the reason there was a stripper pole in the beginning, but apparently it kind of helped her out a little bit, did it? But I would say this. I would say her Tata was her best routine for me personally. I see her actually more into it, but I will say I'm not gonna lie, it was her on the stripper pole, da da da, and then they literally walked into the position and then got into the dance. So when it came to the scoring, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, how is this on the same level as Chandler when it came to her dance for Melody Hair Night? How is this on the same level? How do you give her the same score as Chandler? No offense, but I think it was her better dance, I will say. But to me, it wasn't on the same score level as Chandler. And then I don't know. Thank the Lord, thank you, Lord, that He clocked that in with a nine. Because that he if the magic he wrote a 10 down and gave her a 10. Oh my god. I was like, when he put out that 10, this is my face. And then I saw a 9. I was like, whoa, what's going on? At least I was like, you know what? At least I said, you know what? He wrote a 9. I was like, thank you, Lord. If he would have gave her a 10, ooh, I actually would have been more mad earlier and watching that than that was just wow to me. 'Cause I was like, of course she. And then, but here's that moment, and that it was weird for me. The way Gleb licked her face, in that one part, I was like, what was that about? Like at this point, I'm like Gleb. And the thing is, I'm a clown Gleb. I'm sorry, Gleb. You was that mad that you got sevens for your rumba. Like you're that mad. Like here's the problem, Gleb. You're trying to rely on this showman. You're trying to milk this showman's and your dances. And, like, and you gotta stop doing that. You can't be mad that you're getting the score that you're getting because you're not actually really teaching her the proper way of dancing. Actually, letting her actually learn the technique and improving. You're so into this showman and try to milk it so hard that is making you not get the score that you want. So stop milking your showman. Actually be the pro teacher you were assigned. They gave you a job to be a pro, to teach someone how to dance. Do your job. It's that simple. Stop trying to do the showman, okay? And it's the reason why we wanted you out. Like, I would not have been mad if Reggie would have been another week before her. No offense. Like, she is a good dancer, so I'm just gonna this. But in the end of the day, like, it's getting tired. Like, we're basically, I'm gonna tell you now, the whole fandom is tired of this showman. We're tired of it. We are tired. We had enough. So at this point, but I will say it was improvement in Dancy, but pretty much, I'm not gonna. I just want them gone, so I just keep on railing about them all the time, pretty much. But yeah, that's my take for them this week.
Brooks, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Gleb, I need to talk to you for a second. Gleb, come here. Come here. Come here. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you. Come here. Come here. Um, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? What? So Brooks is clearly like a pretty good dancer. She moves pretty well. She has really beautiful lines. She has like pretty dynamic movement. Excuse me, I coughed. Sorry. Uh, she has clearly like really good potential, and I see it here. And the way that she moves is very good. But Gleb is just Gleb is just not. not giving her good choreo. Like he's just not focused on like giving her the choreo that will make her shine. He's just more focused on being sexy and kissing and going out to get tattoos and making sure the paparazzi gets them like holding hands and kissing with each other. And I'm tired. I'm done. I am so annoyed to the point where I'm like, just I need them. I need them going. I need them gone. I love Brooks. I think Brooks is great. Gleb is clearly not seeing her potential or like doesn't care and is more focused on other stuff. So at this point, get him out. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm bored. We've been doing sexy 4 weeks in a row. I need something different. I when I saw that it was sexual healing on I was I was so tired. I was so tired. I was already like we've already had two really sexual like dances. I need something else. And then you give me sexual healing. I am I am tired. I am exhausted. I Gleb Gleb fix keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants. I am so tired. I am so done. Make better choreo. Brooks deserves better choreo. That's all I'm gonna say. Brooks deserves better choreo because she's clearly a really good dancer.
Mm.
Brooks, this is for you, sweetie. I want you to know you're beautiful, you're talented, you can dance, you can dance. Gleb, stop being a man and be a pro dancer. Because, sir, I get it. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. She's a supermodel. That's what she does. That's what she does. Guess what? When she goes on the runway, she ain't thinking about you because she's doing her job. And she goes out there and she does her job. And she gets paid for doing her job. You, sir, have a job. And that is to teach her how to dance. And your job is not to shove your relationship down our throats. Because honestly, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We can care less. Y'all look great together. I want y'all nothing but happiness. If y'all dating for real, be happy. Date for real, for real. Go out on dates and do your thing. But the time you're supposed to be in the studio learning and showing her how to dance, show her how to dance. Period. You got 4, maybe 5 hours every day. Use that 4 hours or 5 hours outside of the 24 hours that y'all want to spend together and practice actual dancing. It should be no reason. Like the spirit of Lynn jumped into Derek, which I appreciated because 16 counts before the thing started. And you giving us a bunch of, as Lynn would say, fubba and all this fluff where she's sitting in the doctor's office and she's the therapist. We don't need all that. 16 counts before to get into the dance is ridiculous. And then when we do get into the dance, it's it's mediocrity at best. And she's better than that. She has great lines. Her body is fit for dancing. She can do this if you teach her, Gleb. That's your job. And this rumba was in. And then the cha-cha. Ugh. Oh, it was better, yes, but it was so frustrating because it was the same thing. We get you, we get her on a pole where they throwing money at her. Are you kidding me? Like, stop it already. She is not a sexual object. She is a human being. She is a person, and you are treating her like an object. And Brooke, stand up. Don't take that. Be like, can we not have me on a pole? Can we not? Because I don't want that to be my image going out there that I'm on a pole and you got two dudes throwing money at me. That's not what I want to be. So can we not? Teach her better. Show her an authentic cha-cha. Show her an authentic rumba. Show her an authentic tango. Give her authentic dances where it's not that she's has to use her beauty as the only thing to get her far in this competition. Because honestly, it's not working. Everybody wants y'all gone. Gleb, everybody wants y'all gone because we're sick of it. We're sick of this. We want to actual see dancing happen. These people who are on this show who they're talking about may have chemistry, and we aren't sick of them yet because it's not thrown in our faces. It's people who they are rumors might be seeing each other off back, but we ain't seeing it on the show, so we don't care. We don't care. But y'all doing too much on and off camera. Y'all doing too much. Calm it down, relax. And honestly, y'all gonna make me score you lower because I just am sick of you. I just am sick of you. It has nothing to do with Brooks and her dancing. It's the fact that we're just sick of y'all. So calm down the sexual. Let's get some actual dancing happening. You can have chemistry without it being sexual. Period. Thank you. That is my TED Talk. I am done. Scores.
For her rumba, it's a 7.
I mean, for Gleb's teaching is a 1, but her actual rumba, it's a 7.
I agree. She got a 7 for the dance, but it would have been an 8 if we had 16 more counts of dancing. But all right.
Hmm.
And for the night too.
I'm gonna give her a 8 for her cha cha.
I, 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 I saw improvement. I saw improvement. Therefore, I will give it an 8. But I am getting sick and tired.
Y'all, I wrote 7 on this thing 3 times because I just really want to give her a 7 because I don't like that. But the improvement was there. And so I will give her the 8 that she deserves. But Gleb, step it up. Next week, if it's another sexual thing, I swear to God, I'm giving them a 0. Not that my scores count for anything, but if it's something sexual again, I swear to God, I'm giving them a 0. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Up next, let's talk about something better. Let's talk about actual dancing. And that's Joey. Let's talk about and Jenna. Actual dancing.
So when I basically said about who the person I said that is now surpassing Joey into that top 2 spot, I was talking about this man right here. Let me tell you, this is like to me the surprise of 2024. Like I have never been gagged. Like Joey on that dive, I was like, it was so freaking good. I will say, the dive he was kind of a little bit kind of heavy footed. It was a little bit heavy footed, but overall, it was still an amazing routine. He did a backflip, but I would say he was kind of heavy footed. So I wish it was more lighter on his feet, but it was still a good routine. But that tango, for sure, that was the best dance of that night. Oh my gosh, he is just so good. He is so good. Like oh my gosh, like for sure he is definitely the best bachelor man. I'm sorry, I don't think anybody who was the bachelor if they ever be on the show is gonna top what he's doing because I swear he. I'm like Joey, Are you hiding something for us that we don't know about? Cause how are you so good? Like I know they say he was like a part of cheerleader, but still, there's something off. I was like, you baby, you showing something. You must have danced before. Cause I swear, cause this is like you're good. Like you must have did something when you're younger. Like there had to be something. But baby, to me, like now I was like Chandler and Steven top 2. Now it's kind of even more to Chandler and Joey being the top 2. That's how I'm seeing it now. But anything can happen with the votes. But like, thing is, he's kind of in a good place because he is slaying it. He's getting good scores, and Bachelor Nation is like a big fan base for sure. So to me, I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely top 2 now. without a doubt.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but winner potential, truly. Just amazing work, truly. I mean, at this point, Joey just needs to learn how to come up with his own choreo and fix a few little things, and he can go full pro. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. I'm gagged. I'm shocked. Like, I I I I I was not expecting this at all from Joey, and I'm just I am shocked. I'm just, this is really good. This is really good. I think people need to watch out. I think need to people watch out because our faves may be our faves, but they may be not improving as much as Joey is improving. Because Joey, as I said, just needs to learn how to do good choreo and could be a professional. Like he could choose to start doing this as a full time job, and I would not be shocked. Like he could join like the backup dancers and do well. So yeah, Joey can win. I would not be shocked. Just incredible work all around. I don't have anything else to say. Great work. Good job. You kept your shirt on this time, so well done. Well done.
I love Joey both nights. Both nights. Yes. Was he heavy footing the job? Absolutely. It was very much it was a little clunky. But I love the energy that he had when he did the job. And I think him and Jenna are so good together. So good together. They're so good together. It's stupid. And yes, KaMorian, I agree. I could see Joey in the finals. I could see him in the finals so easily. And I would be very happy for him because he's really doing what he needs to do. Um, but tango that tango is where it got me. That tango is where I lost it. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is a bachelor." Like, you took some dance lessons when you were a kid or something. You did something. You are not telling you tricking us, Joey. You tricking us. And I love it. I think he did so well. And if he gets to the finals, it will be deserved from just these 2 weeks alone. These two, 4 shows. It's just 2 weeks, 4 shows, 3 weeks, whatever. I don't know. 4 shows though we've seen, and he did so well. He did so well, and I'm loving it. I'm a fan, Joey. I'm starting to become a fan, and I didn't know him before this because I didn't watch his season of The Bachelor, so I had no idea who he was. But I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not mad at this at all. I think he did great. Scores for night one.
So for night one, it was major performance, but I would say he was kind of heavy footed and you gotta be more lighter in a job, but not that like it was still it deserved 8 for me. Deserve 8
Mhm.
for me.
I mean,
Mhm.
I think he did an amazing job. It's a 9.
Ooh. It's an 8 for me on the jive for sure. But what did we think about the tango?
Oh, oh, I deserve 9. I deserve 9. One deserved 9.
I am very proud to be the very first 10 of this one.
Oh,
This was absolute perfection. Joey winner? Question mark?
I gave him a 9. I thought it was really good and the improvement was there. Joey could win though. Not not mad if he does. But then we get to Dwight Howard. I definitely have thoughts about this one.
Oh, absolutely.
the for the white, womp 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 womp. I don't know what the heck happened, but I don't know. That was crazy when I found out that they only had 2 days to rehearse this and get a routine made for both, especially both nights, especially the night one. that was wild to me, and it does, especially for that first dance. It was definitely obvious that it was too rehearsed. Because let me tell you, I will say one thing. What at least the White lacks a technique. He lacks a performance. So he was giving like the face he was performing, but at the same time, to me, like you could just tell he was messed it up. But he's kind of like, I'm like, I'm still getting it. I know I'm doing it right. It was kind of it was like it was a mess. It was a mess. But I will say he definitely improved in a Paso Doble. Like it was better, but it was still he was kind of off. There was like kind of like a little bit missing the footwork and like the shaping with his hands and stuff. But it was still a better routine. But I will say I think he definitely understand. It's a part. I understand we are. I know, especially being a celebrity, you have all these things you have to do. Be a father, do all that stuff. So I can't be mad at him, but sometimes it's kind of like now like we get into a nitty gritty now. 'Cause I feel like to me, I thought he was like top six, and I feel like he actually like taking in and like around in the practice is gonna affect his dancing, and it definitely affected that cha cha cha. So going forward, try to make it work, but really when it comes to rehearsal, like bring it to the floor, give it your all in rehearsal. The more we have to do because in the end of the day we're not at top nine. I mean, it's the competition is fierce. Like we have our front runners, but guess what? There's still some potential finalist spots up for grabs, and I feel like they're definitely one of those couples who can get a spot in the finale if they really be on it with the like practicing in the routines. But if he doesn't really take like getting like really involved in that practicing, it's gonna affect his dancing and it's gonna get them sent home, unfortunately. But definitely, I think they will come back stronger next week for sure. But definitely, it's kind of like it was an off week for him.
Yeah, Dwight just needs to lock in because this week was just not. It was not it. I think we can all agree that this was just a pretty off week for Dwight. I was, I dare to say, I was kind of disappointed because so far I feel like Dwight has been like doing pretty good. Like he already has a pretty big challenge with having a partner that's so far off of his like height that like I get it. It's hard, it's complicated to come up with choreo like that and to dance with someone that's a lot shorter than you. I get it. But so far they've been doing it pretty well. And so when I saw this cha cha cha, I was wildly disappointed. I was just it was just super super messy and the choreo was already like easier than it usually is for Dwight and he still struggled to hit his marks to the point where I was just like, oh, Dwight actually needs to work on his musicality. He has the same issue that Steven does, but worse at this point because he just cannot keep up with the music and he's just not hitting the moves when he has to. And like I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he just decided to just like really show it in for this this week because he knew that he was going to be safe for night one and really improve on night two because like there was clearly something off with this cha cha. But with the Paso Doble, I think it felt very much more like, okay, I have to do okay with this dance. Like it felt like he locked in a little bit more for this dance and you could see that improvement, but it still gives me this really off vibe after this cha-cha where I'm now scared of where Dwight stands and how far Dwight might be going because I understand that we all have our off weeks. That's absolutely fair and I will not judge you for having an off week. But if your off weeks are this bad, I'm really, really worried because some people's off weeks have been better than like Dwight's better weeks. And so far, I'm a little worried. I'm a little scared. We need to work on really just locking in and like showing that we care because it seemed like we did. Now I don't, now I'm not so sure. We just, as I said, just lock in, figure out this musicality, and then we'll be fine.
I think. See, I feel like when you're doing Dance with the Stars and you actually doing other things. Oh, it's easy to get distracted because it's like, okay, I have to do this and this and this, and then come to practice and lock in and do this practice. But then I still got to go off and be Dwight. He got to be dad. He has to be husband. He has to be, business person. He has to go do things to keep his family together. So he still has to do family things and then come in and say, and then we want to say, okay, now lock in and learn these dances. And sometimes they have schedules that doesn't fit with that particular week of dancing. And I think he knows, and anybody, all of them, I think they know that if your schedule is going to be busy that week and you don't get to practice, it's the chance you go home. And you just have to hope that your dance is good enough that the fans want to keep you there. He knew that. It was a risk that he had to take um when he was performing. He knew that he had a busy week, and so he wasn't going to have the time to lock in and do all the dances all the time, the same time as everybody, as much time as everybody else. This cha-cha was a mess. There's nothing you could say. It was a mess. It just was what it was. And he knew that. She knew that. It just wasn't it. But I think, like you said, I think he did get in his mind on this next day, I have to do better than this. I have to do better than this paso. I can't come out here and give the same stuff. And it did. It improved. I feel like he is an athlete. He has to, like you said, lock in. He has to lock in. He has to take those moments to just cut out the noise and focus. And I think he'll do that. I think after watching this back, he'll if the athlete zone in kicks in like it usually does, I think it'll snap into place. And hopefully next week we'll get a better version of Dwight than we got of this week. But I don't think it was super horrible. It was just not the best. It just wasn't it this week. This wasn't his week. Scores.
For his cha cha cha, it deserved 6 for me.
Yeah, it was rough. It's a 6 for me as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Dwight you got the 6. I don't know what I just did, but you got the 6. Period. But
So,
for the next two,
so for my night 2 score, it was definitely an improvement, but it was still some details there and things that need to be worked on. So it was a deserved 7 for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 7. There
yep,
you go.
777.
Mhm.
Danny. He did a Foxtrot night 1, a Paso Doble night 2.
All
Let's talk about it.
right. So first, I would say I don't know who thought it was crazy to give him that song to a Fox truck, but when I find you, you're getting fired. I'm sorry. Like to me, I'm not gonna lie. To me, I would have thought like a samba, like that would have been fine. Because the thing is, especially like that song, like like Lana knows that song with like that breakdown, like to that song, that I kind of breakdown, like. I wanted that kind of moment with a samba. That would have been more kind of, but with a fast shot, it was definitely about what was like what it lacked. At least it was still good, like a good number. I enjoyed it. Like we did that backflip. I mean, especially that night with the backflips. That night, I would say Soul Train was better to me. I prefer Soul Train Night more than Money Head Night. I really just enjoyed Soul Train Night. It was definitely like the vibe in that room was very fun. They had a really good time on Soul Train Night. But it was a good solid fast track. I really enjoyed it. It was very good. Definitely clean footwork. I love his frame. He is really getting better. But I will say, the Paso Doble, it was still good, but he had like he kind of messed up a bit. I think first it was the taking out the jacket. He was trying to struggle with that, and it kind of make him kind of lose in his performance and his focus mode. But it was some good parts in it. But I think it could have been very better. But it was still a solid week dancer for him. So I think he's really getting better. I don't know. I really don't see him lasting that long in this competition. I might be wrong, but I don't know. But I think at least he's solid. He at least to me he's still like on that safe kind of. I want to kind of be out of that safe zone, but he's at least in the middle of the pack for me. So he's still solid.
Yeah, I mean, this foxtrot was odd to me. I agree. Like, whoever chose to do a foxtrot to this song should be fired immediately. What is going on? What was the reason? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Ah! That's how I feel. That's how I felt throughout this entire foxtrot. Like, what's going on? But it was really short. It felt very short. Uh, but the chemistry was really smooth, and the moves were well. Like everything was well. Everything was there. The foxtrot was pretty good. Uh, it's a pretty safe dance. It's pretty good. Nothing amazing, but it wasn't bad. The paso doble, I felt like he was doing pretty well. I saw some really good stuff in the paso doble, but it was a bit chaotic. I will say that as well. But then the jacket happened and it didn't come off. And Danny freaked out a lot. And just the dance moves got worse and it just went downhill. And I don't blame him for it. When something like that goes wrong, it's really hard to pull yourself together and keep moving. And I think he did a pretty good job by like doing the dance with only one hand. I appreciated that, and I understood that like he did what he could, but like you could really tell that he was super flustered and he just got really nervous, and so it definitely took like it made the dance a little worse after that because so how flustered he was, but there really wasn't anything he could have done. Just I guess be less strong, be less muscular. That's literally the only thing he could have done to prevent that. But yeah, so far I think Danny is a good dancer. He isn't like really wowing me so far. And so I need to be wowed. I really want to be wowed because I see improvements, I see potential, but I just haven't been wowed so far.
So I just went back and watched his dances because I needed to refresh because I honestly forgot this man. I honestly forgot this man. I forgot what he did. And I'm sorry to this man. I just forgot. Um and that foxtrot to dance machine, yeah, I agree with y'all. Somebody needs to be fired immediately. Because how do you give somebody a foxtrot to dance the machine when you go put the breakdown in the song? You'll give us the do, 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 and all they can do is this. Come on. Period. Zero. Zero indeed for the song selection. Awful. Awful song selection for that dance. Can't, no, absolutely not. I thought the foxtrot was okay. I thought it was good. It was decent. It was solid. It was solid. I think he did okay. The paso I thought was a little less than solid. I thought the paso was the little worst, was his worst dance out of the two. And yeah, I think the jacket incident flustered him a little bit. He did the best he could, but I felt like, and this is a little bit to Whitney, I felt like the choreo was lacking a little bit on both dances. I feel like you're playing it safe with him because you don't know if he could actually do the choreography that we know Whitney can do, because Whitney's an amazing choreographer. Amazing. And I know she can push him a little bit more. I feel like she needs to push him a little bit more because he's very safe. He's very middle of the road. And I think he has the potential to do better. But if she won't push him to do better, he's not going to do better. So I don't know. I didn't, I wasn't wowed by him. I completely forgot about him until just now. So that's why I had to go back and look him up to remember what he did. So, and that's not a good thing. If you can't remember, even if it's bad, like I remember everybody else's good or bad. I didn't remember him because it was very meh, meh. But scores.
For his shot, despite that mess they pulled there, it was still an 8 for me for
Yeah,
his
I
spot shot.
agree. It was also an 8 for me.
The foxtrot was definitely an 8 for me. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The paso doble.
I'm gonna bring in 7 for them.
Yeah, I don't know how harsh I want to be, but a 7 seems okay.
7 is where I was too, because I was like, it definitely wasn't better than his foxtrot.
Yeah,
Just
no.
it wasn't better. I don't see how he got the same scores both nights because it wasn't
Well,
better.
when it came to that pasta, it was that 9 that got him that sing score. We know we gave him that 9. So,
And here I go. Blink.
Anyways, moving
A 9. A
on.
9. 9. Okay.
I'm not gonna waste my breath on that person. I'm not wasting my breath on that person.
Let's
Moving on.
keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
My father.
Reginald.
My
Fox.
grandfather.
I love you so much. Okay.
I'm gonna miss you, Reggie. I'm gonna miss you. That's my that's my grandpa, y'all, for another family. Okay, I'm gonna call it my grandpa. That's my grandpa Reggie. I'm gonna miss Reggie so much. He literally was not to me. I would say at least I'm gonna say he is the heart of season 33. I don't care what anybody else says. He was the heart. I would say that first shot. It was so cute. The way I remember that one part when he touched Emma on the nose, like a little ding. Oh my god, I wanted to cry. I really wanted like he to me, he's like the kind of person that really would cheer you up after having a bad day. And what a bad day it was. Like what a good like he just brings so much joy and so much just positivity in the room. Like you could tell how much of a presence he is. Like he just gives such a good presence. Like something you want to be around. This for like really. Like you're like even when the cha 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 when he did, like I want to rock. Like yeah, come on, rock, Reggie. Just rock with me. Like he literally gave his all. So I'm gonna miss him. I know he wasn't the best. Secondly, he really didn't really move a lot of all his but at the end of the day, he gave it his all. I mean, he's a 70-year-old man. I mean, what else you want to do? Do a backflip? You know what I mean? So, but and I enjoy Reggie. I'm very happy that he at least made it past week 1. That's all I'm saying, and I'm happy for it. So I'm gonna miss you, Reggie, on my screen every week. But it was a pleasure getting to know you, and good props to Emma who really used her TikTok game with you. I'm gonna miss y'all TikToks every day to see you have some fun with the TikToks. But yeah, I enjoyed you, Reggie. I'm gonna miss you, Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie is just he's my grandpa. He's my grandpa, and I love him so much. He really is like a part of a family. It's just like I just want to hug him. That first dance, it was a little messy. It was a little messy, of course. Uh, and it was a little more messier than usual, but at the same time, it was really cute. It was really cute. It felt very much like a daughter father dance, like when the daughter's getting married, and I thought that was really cute, and it just gave me all the feels, and I thought it was really adorable. And in the second night, you could tell that like he was struggling a little bit. You could see him looking at the floor to try to remember all of his moves, and I get it. Like I think he's doing the best with what he's capable of doing, and I will always give Reggie like the time of day, and I will always give him so much like love for just the simple fact that he's trying, and by how much he emotes in his face, and how much he clearly loves and like cares about being here, and is just having so much fun. So I love that. I will critique something though on night two. It felt very much like Emma was kind of showing off all of her dance moves, and Reggie was just standing there, which is fine. Uh, I felt like that also happened uh, with Eric in his second dance move. It felt like very much like the pros were just kind of showing off how well they can dance, and they like left their partners behind a little bit, which was a little bit unfortunate. Uh, but I still think Reggie cares so much, loves so
Mhm.
much, and I love him so much, and it's such a it's really sad that we lose him. But I got to see him in Heavy Metal Night. That's that's all I cared about. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was happening, but I'm so glad it happened because I got to see Reggie in one of those dumbass wigs. I got to see him have fun, and you know what? That's all I care about. He had fun, and I love every single minute of it.
I'm I am going to disagree with you on the first part when you talked about it, his foxtrot being messy. I think his foxtrot was so cute. It was honest, it was raw, it was what a 70-year-old man could do in a foxtrot who is not a dancer. And I thought it was so pure. And maybe it wasn't the best technique, sure, but it made me feel so good watching it, and that's what dance is to me. How did I feel watching you dance? And I felt nothing but joy and happiness and kindness and honesty in that dance. I thought it was sweet. And yes, I agree with you. It was very much a father-daughter dance at their wedding, and he's just like, "Boop, puppy." Oh, so cute. It was the cutest thing I've ever saw. And is my score gonna be biased to that? Absolutely, because I love Reggie. He made me smile. It made me go, oh, I want my daddy to dance with me at my wedding like that. And just like, dude. I just it was just so good. And it was sweet. It was good. His cha-cha for heavy metal night, was it the best? No. Was he looking around? No. Yes, he was. He was unsure. And did Emma take it amongst herself to show out? Absolutely. You know why? Because she knew. She knew. She knew. And he knew. I think they just knew. And it was like, you know what? We just go have a good time regardless. And he put his fingers in the air was, and I loved it. I was like, "Rock on, Reggie, rock on. You are America's grandfather now. You have adopted a million kajillion kids now who just love you." Ain't that right, KaMorian? You a grandfather, KaMorian? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? He your grandfather. I know it. I know it. He's everybody's granddaddy, and I love that for him. I love that for him. He had a great night. Well, the first night was great. The second night was it? But it's okay. Scores.
Um, oh, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you a 6 for both nights, but I'm gonna also give you a 10 because I love you so much and I'm gonna miss you. So a 6 technically, but a 10 for all my love for you, Reggie. You deserve this. I adored you and I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, I when it comes to the actual dance, both nights were a six for me. But you know, we can pretend it was this and just be happy.
For the Foxtrot, I did give him a 10, and I don't care what anybody says. He gets a 10 for me for the Foxtrot because it was the sweetest thing and it made me want, and it's not a pity score. No, it's a 10. You get a 10 for me because it made me feel good. Now, for the cha cha cha, I will say I gave him a 6
Mm.
because
There
it
you
was
go.
it was real. I'm be real about that. But the Foxtrot made me feel some things, and I loved it. So you get a 10 for me, Reggie. We love you. We
We
love
love you,
you.
Reggie.
Up next, we have Jen doing the Viennese waltz on night one and the Paso Doble on night two.
Maka, I'm allowed to say this now. 'Cause I'm thinking about. Maka, I think I am right with my comment. I think this is gonna be the dark horse of this season. She to me now earned her title as the dark horse because both nights, like this is like the best Jen has ever done. Like I see her actually like really into it. I would say Sasha, you kind of are kind of shocking me a little bit. You actually, there was some good things about it. I will say, night one, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good dance, but my but like, but keep your lips away from my gin. Okay, too not too much. Okay, it was good, but let's keep those lips and that face eye contact just a little bit apart, a little bit apart. You know what I mean? But anyways, but like her being lost, it was amazing. Just the passion, the way she was in it. To me, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't even though Sasha ill with Jen ill, but like they were giving me actually more genuine chemistry than what Brooks and Glenn was giving. And that says a lot. But for me, it was a power solid double because knowing what she it was that knee slide for me. Because knowing that knee slide, that's knowing what the males would do for a power solid, not a female. So Sasha was very so under it. So she was doing what she was doing. I knew what the males do. When she was getting that, I was like, "Oh, Jane, you better get it. You better get it." Like to me, that was her best dance personally. That was very different. Like she was in it. Like I see, Jen is gonna be a really good dancer. I feel if she kisses Momentum up, I feel could normally. I'm not gonna lie. I think Jay might be also a finalist. Like I think she could be close to at least like top five or a spot in the finale if she keeps up. So to me, definitely a wild card at least to get to that finale. To me, I think for me so far, I thought like the finale who's gonna make it. So far, my confirmed picks are Chandler, Steven, and Joey, and I think it's gonna be I will say they're gonna be between either Alana or Jen who are going to be fighting for that last spot. Those are the two I see fighting for that last spot. Unless they do a top five finale like last year, because that was kind of a gag. So maybe I would not mind a top five finale like this year. I would not mind it, but if they would do it, top five cool. But it was like a top four. It's gonna to me. It's between her and Alona for that final spot. I think Lee Steven, Joey, and Shannon they confirmed their spots for sure. They're definitely without making the finale. But yeah, definitely a incredible improvement. I see her getting better, and she if she kisses with the up, she's definitely. I see her making at least the finale.
I mean, Sasha is very, very hit or miss, right, when it comes to his
Mm.
choreo. But when Sasha hits, he hits hard, and he hits a home run. And I think that's exactly what happened today because Sasha locked the fuck in. Sasha locked the fucking both of these nights because these the choreo was right. There was something in the water. There was something that was correct. Sasha came correct, and you said it really well, KaMorian. Gleb thinks that this is what he's giving. Gleb thinks he's giving this. This is the type of like just energy and chemistry that I like to see because of
Clock it.
yeah, because of the dance, like of when we're not dancing, we're being professional. We're dancing. We are doing the damn thing. But we're also having like fun, and we're having like this really like fun kind of flirty chemistry. And you know what? That works really well. You're not forcing it down our throats. This is what I want. If I'm gonna have some like fun flirty chemistry, this is the way I want it to be presented to me, because this was really well done. And I saw a really great improvement from Jen. The knee slide is so hard to do. It is so hard to do. And it's already hard for like masculine people to do. I would not expect Jen to learn how to do that ever. And the fact that she was able to do it and do it well and do it in heels, I was just shocked. And I think that was so impressive, and she did a really good job. Yeah, KaMorian, I agree. This could be the dark horse. This could make the finale. I Sasha when Sasha locks in, Sasha locks the fuck in, and so he just needs to do that throughout this whole competition.
I said it last week. I was like, y'all was real hard on, not last week because we didn't do last week, but y'all was real hard on Sasha. Y'all was real hard on Sasha.
I
And
still
you did say,
am.
I know you are. And you said when he locks in, Eduardo, he locks in.
Hmm.
And he does. He does. I, I, this is who I was talking about when I said other couples have that chemistry and other couples are flirty and other couples are, exploring things outside of the dance hall, which is fine if that's what you are going to do. I don't mind it. but I don't like it when it's forced and in our faces and shoved down our throats. This is done well. This is done perfectly because we see the chemistry happening and it feels organic. It feels natural. It feels like they are being, like you said, professional in the studio and then taking their chemistry and it's like, we'll explore and see what happens outside the studio. And that's fine. They are two grown adults to do that and they are single and they can do whatever they want to do, but it's not everything that they do is not about oh sexy dancing. We like each other. I'm gonna kiss you. It's dance. It's actual dance. And this Viennese waltz was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And to do it to Alicia Keys, I was like, yes, number one, yes, God, period, period. And then it was just pretty. Jen looked so great, and her lines are stunning. And then, of course, y'all talked about the paso and the knee slide. Like, come on, girl. Like, what work? This was Jen's night. I thought she did really well. And we won't talk about that weirdo who underscored her weirdo, but she ate this up. Period, hands down. Ate it up. Scores.
For both nights, a well deserved 8 for my girl Jen. A well deserved 8 for both nights.
Well, I'm gonna give the first night an 8. The second night, I'm gonna give her a 9.
Okay.
For me, both nights deserved the nines. Both nights deserved the nines because baby girl ate it up. She ate it up, and I give props for props too. I liked what I saw. She ate.
I agree. I mean, normally I'm not a fan of Sasha, but he
Yeah,
locked in.
yeah. He locked in. He ate it up. And last but definitely not least is our girl Chandler Kinney. Night one, she did the cha cha cha. And night two, she did the jive. Let's talk about
And dang, Trina, I'm sad that Joey broke your streak, girl. But you know what?
it.
I'm kind of happy because you know what? It works for you. I think at least a good storyline for you going further in this competition. So you know what? I'm sad he broke your streak, but at least for this kind of moment, at least you know what? At least you want to be the main target. So, but night one, holy beep, 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 holy beep, because I can't curse on here. Beep. Okay, monetization. That to me, this was actually, I'm gonna say now, Brandon, this is your best choreography that you had ever done since being on this show. And that I'm sorry, it's true. I'm sorry. From the way for where they started at the judges table to the whole hip hop part, and then the reveal to her skirt, baby, it was clear. I was like, oh, the baby, the mix with the hip hop and the cha cha was so perfectly well executed. The way they transitioned from both hip hop parts to the cha 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 with the main content was perfectly well executed. To me, that was a perfect dance for me. Now the drive, it was her drive was amazing, a good drive. I would say I think as she did a little bit get a little tired, so it was a little bit hit, but it was still a well good deserved routine to me. So I was kind of shocked with the scores they have, but you know it is what it is. Sometimes you know what, even people who are I say people who have won this show, really like the best dancers or front runners had like an off week and came back strong. So it is what it is. But I didn't. To me, I felt like this was kind of her job was kind of underscored for me personally. That I felt it should have won, but it was still a good dance. But to me, it kind of felt a little bit underscored for what I was that I was at least gonna get. But nonetheless, Chandler is my girl. I'm not saying this now. I think she'll be the first one to get a 10 this season. I think she'll be the first one. I'm locking it on my answer. She'll be the first one to get a 10 and a purple score. I see it.
I mean, I said it last episode that I also thought that Chandler was going to be the first one to get a 10. And this cha 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 really just solidified that for me. This cha 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 was perfect. It was so good. It was like as close to perfection as you can really get when it comes to like these dance moves. And like Chandler finds herself in a really tough position in which she already has almost already hit perfection at like week 4, so it's hard to improve perfection. So I think she did improve on the cha cha cha. I think it's the jive was not as good as everything else that we've seen before, and so I think this is Chandler's off week. But this is what I meant. Chandler's off week was still better than Dwight's like better weeks. She still did
Mm-hmm.
an amazing job. She was still super confident on this stage, and maybe I'm biased because I really love her and I really love Brandon. That like I cover my eyes. She can do no wrong, and she's my queen. But like I truly feel like right now there are two winner candidates, and it's Joey and Chandler, and they're really battling it out to see which one of them two is gonna take the mirror ball home. And right now, with these two dances, I think Joey edged Chandler out a little bit because this jive was a little bit not as what I wanted it to be, but it's because Chandler has been so good and,
Mm-hmm.
as I said, so close to perfection that it's kind of hard to be in that position because
Consistency, yeah.
you have to perfect perfection.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tough. That's really
Yeah.
hard. And so I think Chandler's doing great. I love what Chandler's doing. But yeah, she picked really quickly, and so she just has to stay consistent now.
Yeah.
I love Chandler. This cha cha was everything. Cha cha was everything. Came no notes. No notes. Cha cha was everything. In the jive, I thought she did well, but she did get tired in the end, and you could see it. She visibly got tired, and she visibly lost the step a little bit. And Brandon was going; he was kicking, flicking, and she was like, "Ooh, hold on now, I'm coming. Slow down a little bit." So I was like, that was the chink in the armor in her jive. And as much as I love Chandler, it was a chink. It was a chink in the armor. She did get tired, so I can understand why she got the scores that she got for the jive. It was just because you can't get tired in the end. It's like anything. If you're singing, you can't just stop singing at the end of the song because you out of breath. You gotta push through it and you gotta fight through it. And when it's a dance like the jive, the synchronicity is the most important part of the jive. You all have to be together. And she just kind of just she was like, "Ooh, hold on." She needed a moment. She's like, "Ooh, girl, tired, baby. I'm tired, baby." And I get it, baby. That's a lot of kicking and flicking and running around that done stage. So I get it. But her cha cha, she still ate. She still her off moment, like you said, was better than a whole lot of people's entire dance. Great, great. So she gonna be fine. She'll take
Mm-hmm.
this time. She'll get her build her stamina up, and she'll be able to get through a drive. Of course.
I know they're trying to really get like not just got like all these high scores out early in the competition, but
Mm-hmm.
Nolan back in the day, when a performer was like what a performance was good and it deserved the full marks, it deserved it. So to me, that cha cha for week 3, that was a deserved 10. I don't care. It was a 10. It was
I,
perfection
Mm-hmm.
to me. It was 10, a 10,
Mm-hmm.
luckily
10.
for you, I agree.
It was
It's a
10,
10.
Luckily
a
for you, I
10,
agree as well. It was definitely a 10 for the cha-cha.
10.
Now, what do we think about the jive?
To me, it was still a good performance. It just she got tired at the end, so but even though she was tired at the end for me, but to me, not to the way for it, but overall, it was still a really good deserved performance. So to me, it was still a 9 for me. It was still a 9, despite her being tired. It was still a
Mhm.
9.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 9. Chandler just needs to stay consistent.
Period. 999.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And
That's
of
consistency.
course, we talked about it already, but our eliminated uh dancers are Reggie and Eric. We lose Emma and Britt as well. So it's very sad. Um,
Mm,
but we love them. But they knew it was time. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Emma promised us that we go still get TikToks every day, and that's what I care about,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Because she said she going to Reggie's house. They live close by, so she go and they go make TikToks. So I was loving that.
Yeah.
I I love Reggie. I liked Eric. I think they put their heart and soul into everything that they did. But
Mm-hmm.
it was their time. It
Yeah,
was their
it's
time.
Yeah, to me, it was kind of like it was a bittersweet feeling for me because like I love Reggie. I would love to be in seeing the whole time, but also now that they're both out of the competition, I feel like for me personally, I think like the real competition could really start because I what we have now is really like some really good couples who are like really like good dancers. They may have some people who are actually improving good. So I feel like you know what the actual competition, like nitty gritty now, like with like because like I think it was like the top competition is starting now and it's different now. I think everybody's not like actually like now that like they're gone, like this is actually the time now. You just start voting for your faves. They actually put the work in because it's really good to the nitty gritty. I feel like anyone could go home. Like we've seen shocking eliminations on this show,
Mm-hmm.
time after time after time. So don't assume that your favorites, like even the best people right now, like they cannot be safe. They can get shot at home. We've seen it before. So just continue to vote because it's gonna be a tight season. Like we're now ready to get like, to the good part with these dances. But I'm so excited because you know next 2 weeks we have next will be dedicated dance week with Mark Bell as the guest judge. So I'm so excited. And then the following week will be Disney night. Actually, the first time they're actually doing a teen dances on Disney night as well. So I'm very
Okay,
excited for these
good.
2 weeks of
Love
competition.
that. Love that. Eduardo, what are your final thoughts about the season of these 2 nights?
I mean, I had a lot of fun. As a real big fan of rock, having heavy metal night was amazing. And as I said, all I wanted was to see Reggie make it to heavy metal night, and he did it. And so I can die happy now. But truly, now the competition is really beginning. I think there's like two more eliminations that I can see happening. Like
Mm-hmm.
soon, I can predict the next two to go. After that, I have no clue what's going on because everyone else is so tight and so good that like it's gonna hurt. It's gonna start hurting, and this one already hurt, but it's
This one
gonna
hurt.
get even worse because not
Mhm.
only are they gonna be fan favorites, but they're also gonna be really, really good dancers. So the competition is really starting to heat up if you catch my drift. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like quoting Georges. But um, I think it's really starting to get hard. It's getting
Yes.
tough, and some people need to lock in. Some people need to like close the zipper and focus on what they're doing. Uh, Other people just have to do better, and everyone else just has to keep improving and doing well. Yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
it's getting tough already. It's getting tough already, so it's gonna be hard.
Great season, great 2 shows. I'm excited about the next couple weeks, and I'm excited. So
Yeah,
we'll be back next week to talk about the rest. To more Dancing with the Stars. We've had a time. And but we don't want to hold y'all for too long, so we're gonna get out of here. But before we go, hit the subscribe button, hit the follows and the notification bell so you won't miss a single video that we drop. Go follow all of our other podcast channels. The links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, and our all of our socials are down there at the Cup Pod, so you can follow us on our socials as well. And if you keep scrolling a little bit more, you can get the link to the cup mug to get your cup merch, not just the mug, but all our other merch as well. And we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week and keep on dancing, y'all. Cheers.
Cha cha cha.
Bye.